Hello everybody, welcome back, or if you are new here, welcome. I am Call Rain, or Call Rain Tarot here on YouTube. Today I wanted to do a video that is going to dissect a connection and tell you more about that person's intention with you, and my intention in this is going to bring you some clarity as well. So I wanted you to start by taking some mindful breaths, and I know sometimes when we watch a lot of these videos, or we're used to watching pick a card videos, we can just want to jump right into the pile, but instead today I just want to urge you to take a couple mindful breaths and just sit with yourself, get more connected in with your intuition, in with your higher self. Okay, so together I wanted to light this candle with the intention that our guides of higher wisdom, ultimate truth, compassion, and strength that are helping us on our path that is most aligned with us are going to enter the space. And then also we're going to light this incense to provide us with some insight and protection and bring us to a place where we are in communion with our higher self and the guides that love us and want to bring us to act out of a place of loving kindness. So I also wanted to put some grapefruit on my hands because my hands are going to be doing the work as I pull cards for you. I've only pulled a couple for each pile, oracle cards, but we're going to pull regular tarot in the reading. But this is going to give energy and help us with that. With pile 1, we have the pink flower. With pile 2, we have a little red flower. And for pile 3, there's a little white rose. So whichever one is calling to you now, you can pause the video if you still need time. Otherwise, the timestamps are going to be in the description as usual. I will see you for pile 1. Hello pile 1. If you chose pile 1 or this pink flower, this is going to be your intuitive reading. I wanted to start by calling in and drawing in the guides for pile 1, the viewer of pile 1, that are connected to their divine counterpart or connected to their love and romantic life in general, so that we are getting the messages that are coming from our higher self and our guides that are specifically helping us to align with the most desirable version of ourselves in a romantic connection, and we're not being drawn astray by any delusional or well, when I say delusional, I think of like guides and forces of energy that are kind of energy sucking and get us going into some mental loop that is a possibility for us but is not aligned with our higher purpose or the ultimate truth of where we need to be going. So that's what I'm talking about when I say delusions, but I do want to just preface that and draw in those guides that are going to help us align with our higher selves that we want to find. I'm going to flip over the oracle cards that I first got for you, pile 1, just describing the connection, and then also I wanted to shuffle on camera and get some cards to describe your person so that we can just clarify kind of the situation that we're talking about. Okay, let me add some cards. So we have the 5 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. I want to make sure, oh, you can't see that, so let me move some things. Sorry about this, pile 1. I'll put a card over here. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Cups, Justice in reverse, the 8 of Wands, Sun, and Magician. I do feel like this row is talking about the recent past, and this is where you are headed. With the recent past, I do feel like you've had some kind of heartache in relation to this connection with the Five of Cups here, and I do feel a very strong heaviness in my heart area or in my chest right now as I'm speaking these words to you, and almost like I want to cry. So there's something that like either this person, I do feel like this person walked away from this connection, whoever you're asking about. I feel like there's some sort of separation. This person either couldn't handle the intensity of it, or there was just something about it where they felt like there was more that you were investing in than they were. So I do feel like you are reminiscing somewhat, because the Five of Cups is right before the Six of Cups, which is about reminiscing. I do feel like there's some element though that you've moved into where you're looking back on things and you're not reminiscing in a positive way. You're seeing how this connection was somewhat unfulfilling. You're starting to see some of the things that maybe you didn't see when you were in the thick of this connection, so to speak. With the Two of Swords though, I do feel like there are some things that you still have yet to reveal and some truths that you still have yet to see with clarity. I do feel like on some level there were things that this person just didn't want you to see, that they kept from you emotionally, and so it's very difficult for you to see the truth of the situation because of what this person was behaving like or presenting themselves to be in this connection. With the Earth and then the Merkaba here, I do feel like this person could have been an earth sign. This could just be an indication of that person, but I do feel like this is something that I'm getting the phrase grounded you, or not grounded you, but brought you down to earth. You know, somebody who is down to earth is somebody that is very in touch with the real like situation or the reality of a situation. And I do feel like this was, like I mentioned before with the delusions, I think that that's part of why I had to explain that, is because a lot of you, I do feel, were trapped in some kind of delusion in the relationship. I do feel like there's an element of like hypnosis that happened, and more of, I don't want to say hypnosis to scare you or disempower you from being in that situation, but you had to get locked into something. It's like when you're driving down the highway and you have been driving for like 10 minutes and you realize, oh, like what the heck, I was just driving for so long, I don't understand like how I could have just zoned out. Even though you're singing, you're like using your turn signals and everything, you just kind of get lost. And I do feel like there's an element of that situation that kind of had you detached, I don't know what that means, but detached from yourself, detached from your higher self, and you had to kind of go into this like diluted understanding of like your romantic self in order to see all of the flaws, and not even just flaws. I don't want to say that as if you are a flawed person or as if you were a flawed person, but like see your weak points, see the way in which somebody could tempt you with certain things. I do feel like some of you gave in and you were like, okay, I'm just going to settle. There's an element of settling that happened in this situation. With the Merkaba, I do see this as like, at least this symbol right here, the triangle with the downward triangle, that's the merging of the divine masculine and divine feminine. But I do think that that's within yourself, because I don't really think that it's healthy to view one partner as being divine masculine and the other one as being divine feminine, but that union of that within yourself, so that it's not based on the connection of the two people, it's based on the connection of finding yourself through this relationship. I do feel like there's an element that, or an element of waking up to yourself through this relationship, and also elevating your consciousness, making you more conscious of other situations in your life. I do feel like a lot of you, I'm seeing somebody arguing with somebody, so I do feel like you may have had a at-home argument because of this relationship. You felt like you really had to fight for this relationship. I do feel like there were a lot of people in your life that saw the way in which this relationship has been hurting you in the past, and I do feel like if you are watching this video and you weren't really aware that this situation was kind of toxic for you, I'm sorry that I'm just going into this, but like I guess this is a sign to you. Spirit really wants to communicate that there's something about this relationship that was unhealthy, something about it that needs to be pushed away. And the Four of Pentacles with the Control card, I do feel like this is somebody almost, it's like wishing on a star to try and bring something in or bring something into fruition that wasn't meant to be. I do feel like there's a certain element of trying to change the outcome of a situation that you've been doing within your own mind. There's something also, I do feel like some of you are overextending yourselves financially for this relationship, or this person was trying to manipulate you for a financial reason, or like they weren't putting anything in, like maybe you were paying for a lot of their expenses or something. There's some sort of financial exploitation, and there's an element of like, because you're stepping out of this circumstance, you are going to take more of your like financial control back into your life and be more stable. I do feel like on the bottom row here, this is talking about where you're headed or what you can go into. Because I do feel like, actually, before I get into this bottom row, I do want to ask what this person's, because that is the question that I asked at the beginning of this video, I do want to see what this person's intention was with you. And I do feel like a lot of you are questioning that. So I don't know how much more clear that can be. That's the Two of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like this person was very focused, and I'd set it on the Earth card. So I do feel like this person is focused a lot more on their material stability right now. They're focused on specifically wealth. They're focused on like acquiring wealth. And I just think that like there's a greedy energy coming from this person, coming from this connection. I do feel like this person, like they may have just kind of used you in a way, and I don't want to make you feel like you have to choose to be in that connection if this person was just taking from you. But like, I don't know how much more clear Spirit could be with the Two of Cups being in reverse here, that this person may have wanted partnership at the beginning, and now they just see, I feel like they're at a place in this connection where they don't see this as being something that is a healthy like reciprocation. And I do feel like there's an element of this where you guys disagree on like a fundamental level about certain like morals. There's something about like your philosophy of life that is not in line with this person, and that I do feel like Spirit is telling you, especially with the sun being down here on the bottom row, that there's something that's going to make you a lot happier. You just need to kind of heal and not be so focused on this relationship before, because there were definitely good parts that kind of brought you into an elevated spiritual consciousness of your life circumstances and what you have been doing recently with this Merkaba card. With the Ten of Cups, Justice in reverse, Eight of Wands, the Sun, and the Magician on the bottom, I do feel like there's somebody. Okay, I'm getting a little bit more in tune with what is happening. So you've been trying to manifest a good partner for you with this Ten of Cups. Somebody that feels like home and that also is going to meet you halfway. I do feel like you want somebody that is going to come into your circumstances or like see your situation, the way that you're living your life. Specifically, I'm sorry, the video cut off, so I'm going to continue going where I was coming from. But you want this person to come and meet you halfway in your home life. I do feel like you may have a somewhat unconventional home life or something about your home that you really want that person to come in and be a part of where you are right now. And I feel like this person was very detached from meeting you where you're at, and you felt like you had to meet them where they were at. And that's just something that I think that deep down, you realize this is why you weren't aligned with this person, because you don't want to have to be constantly going after somebody. And I do feel like there's an element of like feeling like the universe owes you, or like you haven't gotten what you deserve through these situations with the Justice card in reverse. I do feel like there is something that has been happening for you that you are wishing would happen a little bit faster, because you're trying to manifest a connection that is kind of a high order or tall order. You're not realizing that it's going to have to take time to come into reality and to be something worth bringing into your life. So with the Eight of Wands too, it says journeys. I do feel like you're going to have some connection with this person soon. There's going to be that spark, with this being really the only fire energy. I do feel like you're going to have to look for signs and synchronicities, and Spirit is saying, like, keep trying to communicate with the universe and your guides, or whatever you believe in that brings you those messages. Keep trying to communicate and look out for that communication, and you will understand soon. With the Sun card here, this is, like I said before, just happiness. You are going to be ultimately fulfilled. So if you are trying to manifest things, if you're trying to bring things in, doing this inner work and also releasing whatever thing is lingering on in this connection, whatever kind of self-doubt that was lingering in this connection, getting rid of that is really going to bring you towards this Sun. And then the Magician, that's also about manifesting. So this is just bringing in what you want and seeing that you have all the tools, all the resources, everything that you need in order to go towards what you want and strive towards your goals. I want to get one more oracle card for you, pile one, just to close this out. Oh, and that just fell. So we have empowerment, and this is a really positive card to end the reading on, because the empowerment card says the frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we are all connected through the same source. I do think that this is showing that this person is closer than you think, this next relationship that you're looking for, or a relationship that is more fulfilling. And I do feel like when you meet this person, because I think Spirit wants to give you some kind of hint or some kind of idea of where this may be coming from right now, so that you have something to look forward to. But I do feel like there's somebody in your life that you know that already knows this person, or you already have some kind of connection to this person, whether it be through a mutual friend or through a family member. It's just, this person is going to be brought to you exactly when you need to know them. So that is all I am getting for you, pile one. I hope that this empowered you. I hope that this lifted you up and helped you know that where you need to go next on your path. And I was very honored to read for you, and I will see you in another video. Bye! Hello, pile two. If you chose pile two, this is going to be a clarifying connection reading. I'm going to be doing shuffling on camera today so that we can get a look at the situation as it unfolds, and it'll just be a little bit more authentic that way. So I also wanted to, oh, this came out face up as soon as I started shuffling. So this is the Page of Swords, which says gossip, and that's a very interesting card to have come out right away, because I do feel like, since we're looking into the intentions of this person, there is something that is not being said to you but being said to other people. So there is somewhat of like a forked tongue situation happening here, where somebody says one thing and then they say something else behind your back. I'll ask for clarification on that in a second, but I did want to introduce your oracle cards. I forgot that we had these, and I don't read these in reverse because they are oracle. But we have the Divine Masculine, and then we have Compassion. So Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Then we have Compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. I do feel like whoever you're asking about, whatever connection you are questioning right now, this person is going through a lot. I do feel like this person has a lot on their plate, in their mental body and in their emotional body as well. I do feel like they are very detached from their emotional body, but I do want to ask, okay, so guides of higher wisdom, support, and love that are connected to pile two viewers, can you give us some messages about how their person feels and some things that they need to know in regards to the connection that they are thinking about? Okay, we got a couple cards here. The ones that are upright are in reverse, or like they came out face up. We have the Death card in reverse, and then the Six of Pentacles in reverse as well. The Five of Swords, loss. the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, which says comfort. And then, oh, these are out of frame. We're gonna overlap here. Sorry. Let me get these situated. And then we have Judgment and Seven of Cups in reverse. So these cards are describing your person's intentions, and based on these cards, what I'm getting so far is that definitely, like I said before with the compassion and the divine masculine, I do feel like this person may have like responsibilities at home that they have going on, and that they just need to take care of. They're kind of first on the priority list right now. So I do feel like your connection with this person, and I'll get into that in a second, like I think I'm going to pull some cards to describe the connection itself, but I do feel like this person, however they may be feeling about you, they have other things that are their number one priority right now. And I do feel like there are times in the past, this may be a longer term connection for the majority of you that are watching this pile, but I do feel like this person has known you for a while, and this is kind of, I guess, a test from your higher self to see how you're going to handle and see if you've grown enough to allow this person to make that soul growth without you being worried about the connection. So I do feel like right now you're being called to kind of take a step back from the connection and allow this person to take care of themselves, be supportive of this person, possibly if you are in communication with this person, if you are in communication with this person, like be supportive, but not be like needy or clingy or ask a lot from this person. With the Death card in reverse, I do feel like this is a more positive sign that this person is not wanting to leave the connection necessarily, but they just need to put it on pause. I am seeing this as being like a pause in the relationship. And with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this person, if they were to give to you right now, it would just make them resentful of the positive emotions that are usually occurring in this situation. Like if you usually have a very positive relationship with this person, it wouldn't feel like that to them if they had to give anything to you right now. I feel like there's something that's happening for them that makes it so that they cannot give to you. Like it just would be too draining. And with the Five of Swords, I do feel like this is pointing to something that they feel that they have lost. They may have lost a friend. I do feel like it's more closely related to a relationship in their life or a significant connection in their life. They could have also lost a pet or something. That was a message that came through for a few of you. But I do feel like this person is in some way mourning things that have happened in the recent past that are still lingering and affecting them in the current moment. With the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I do feel like it's not like they're trying to push you away, but the connection just isn't bringing them that level of comfort right now. It's not helping them. And so they want to, I feel like for take this as it resonates as always, but like for some of you, if you're just wondering about a connection because you feel something has shifted, I feel like this person possibly would want to re-strengthen the bonds of this relationship in the future, but they just can't offer you that comfort right now. And I do feel like with the Seven of Cups in reverse, for others of you, again, take this as it resonates, if you are not like as more established in this connection with this person, I do feel like there could be other people involved or like other connections that they're holding on to. Like for some of you, this could be like ex-lovers. This person is holding on to their exes. They're holding on to other connections, and they don't even have to have voiced this to you, but it could just be something that's going on in their mental body. This also could be past traumas or things that have happened to them in their past that have been triggered now, and that's why they're feeling this loss. So I do feel like there's a very heavy energy to this person. As I'm reading into this energy, I do feel like there is a lot of anxiety. So I do want to move forward and ask for some clarity on what you can expect next from this connection and from this person. So guides of love and wisdom, compassion, highest truth. Okay. We have the authority card and consciousness. So the first message as soon as I flipped these over was just like your guides telling you to focus on yourself right now. I do think that there's something that once you heal yourself in this connection, you're going to be doing the work for a long time in advance. I do feel like the sooner that you can heal yourself, the better that you're going to start feeling. And also if this person needs somebody for them, then you are going to be in a better headspace to deal with this situation. I also want to get a card before I read too much more into this, what we can expect this person to do in the immediate future. We have Four of Wands, which says freedom. Okay, yeah, I don't see this person talking to you all that much in the future. I see this person, okay, I feel like it's about 50-50. So for half of you, I do feel like this is a person that you're already dating or somebody that you like are possibly married to. You just have felt some kind of shift in the relationship. And for the other half of you, I feel like this is a person that you are like casually dating, but there's no like label or anything. And either they are going to need a lot of space and then going to judge how they're going to handle this situation based on how you react to them taking space. Or if, as I mentioned before, you are already in an established relationship with this person, they are going to take that space and then come and talk to you and see, because you are like a foundational part of their life, they're going to share and explain to you what has been going on, but only if you give them that space in order to work through what they need to work through. And with this authority and consciousness coming forward, I do feel like you are going to have to see what the other aspects of this person's life, like what other elements of this person's life may be affecting their mental space right now. Thinking of like recent events, recent situations that this person may have had to deal with that may be affecting this situation. And then with authority, I do feel like this is reminding you that you ultimately have power over whether you want to stick around and wait for this person. So if this person is being kind of flaky, or you feel as though, and you've been getting synchronicities that this person maybe doesn't care as much about the relationship as you, or this person kind of needs their space, then I do feel like you always have the autonomy and the authority to step out of the situation and kind of go in a different direction and look elsewhere, to look for a relationship where somebody feels like they want to put in just as much as you're putting in. And I do feel like if you are going to make that choice to exit the connection or go somewhere else because you don't really want to wait, I do feel like you should spend a little bit of time with yourself. This is a message just for some of you, those of you that are kind of thinking about moving somewhere else or moving on with your lives. I do feel like you should take some time to focus specifically on your spirituality and your understanding of what you believe, and kind of solidify that so that you can work more closely in contact with your guides or with your angels or with the universe to bring yourself into a place of higher alignment and being more aligned with who you want to be with. I was very honored to read for you today, Pile 2. I hope that this resonated, and I hope that this brought you a lot more clarity and helps you feel closer with yourself and with the path that you want to be on, and helps direct you in the right way. Otherwise, I will see you in another video, and I hope that you have a blessed and abundant day. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. If you chose this little white rose, then this is going to be your person's intentions and just a clarifying reading on a romantic connection in your life. So I want to start by flipping over the oracle cards, and then I'm going to shuffle another deck in order to get other messages regarding the situation based on what these oracle cards say. So we have soul time, and we have communication. So both of these cards, based on this, I am getting a more positive feeling from this situation, and I also feel like with the infinity symbols here in this soul time card and the Merkaba, I do feel like, because there is a little, I don't know if you can see, but there is a little Merkaba in the middle of this card, which to me is pointing out to like spiritual ascension, spiritual upgrades as well. I do feel like this is a more divinely orchestrated connection in your life, but I do feel like as soon as I was like tapping into your energy, I had the feeling that this was going to be a more positive connection, but just a connection that takes time to develop. So I feel like the reason why you're questioning and asking like, should I stay? Should I look elsewhere? Like, what is happening here? Is because I do feel like this person is a little bit more shy. And I do feel like whoever you're asking about is a person that likes to take their time because they don't want to just like put all their chips in right away. Like if we were gambling, you know, they don't want to just invest everything in at once. So I do feel like this person is doing that because they respect you. But let's ask your guides of higher wisdom, compassion, truth, and love to put their input into this situation. So what is pile 3's person's intentions? Why are they not being clear? So we have 5 of Wands, tests. I do feel like this person has been hurt in the past. Somebody may have been a little bit deceitful with them, or they had taken advantage of this person. And so I do feel like this person is worried that if they are too passionate, if they put too much of their feelings into this connection, that they are going to be left empty-handed, or that you are just going to reject them, or it's going to like end up being an unsatisfying connection. So any more messages from the guides of pile 3? We have the Lovers. Yeah, angels of commitment. I do feel like this is going to be some kind of relationship that is fulfilling for you, something that you do really feel a sense of connection with this person, and that this person is invested for the right reasons, that they do really want to have emotion, like an emotional exchange with you, and it's not just going to be physical. It's also not just going to be something where this person is taking advantage of you or using you for like your money or your time or anything else. We also have the Hermit, angel of reflection. So this is reflecting what this person is kind of doing at this moment. I do feel like this person is analyzing the situation with Virgo energy coming out, because the Hermit is tied to Virgo. I do feel like this person is trying to see the like costs and benefits, weigh the different circumstances, how they could also possibly like get this to play out in the best way possible. Can we get a little bit more clarity on why pile 3's person has not stepped forward yet? Okay, we have 3 of Cups, celebration. I do feel like you make them very happy, but they also may have other connections and relationships that they need to take care of, or like I'm not seeing this as being like a third party situation, but like if that resonates with you, take it. But I do feel like this is more like tending to their friend group, or a like group of people that it is very close to them. That also could be family, like if they are a parent, they could be taking care of like kids as well. But this person could just be tending to other close connections right now and seeing how they would be okay with this introduction, or like how you would fit into all of their other relationships and circumstances. We have the 9 of Cups here, which is blessings, and this is an overwhelmingly positive card. So I do feel like this person sees you as a blessing, and they're trying to kind of wish and hope. They also, depending on what I do feel like this person is shy with the Hermit also coming out, and I feel like this person may be kind of waiting for you to possibly make a move towards them or show them how you feel about them, and for you to be, I'm getting like the phrase like a little bit more aggressive, I guess, with them. Let's see what we could look towards in the future if the viewer of pile 3 was to make more of a move towards this person. We got Ace of Cups, love. Yeah, I do really feel like something could be initiated if you just were a little bit more honest with this person about how you felt. And I want to get one more card just on their intention with you, like how they see a relationship with you. We have the Moon and the Ten of Swords, which is interesting, but I'm not seeing that as being like as negative usually as the Ten of Swords. Let's get a clarifier. Okay, yeah. So the Queen of Pentacles is clarifying the Ten of Swords, and it says comfort. I do feel like this person does see you as being a very significant relationship, being a person in their life that is going to make it so that their other options would be cut off. I feel like this person could possibly be somebody that didn't ever really envision themselves being in such a serious relationship, and that's why they may be having a little bit of this hesitation. So like it's not like it's the ending of their freedom. I don't want to like say that to scare you or like make you feel like this person just wants that freedom, but like it would be kind of the end of their freedom. So that's why they may be taking their time and kind of holding off. And I do feel like this person is kind of they intuitively know that like you are a very kind, caring, loving, good person to have around, and you're somebody who's going to strengthen not only their relationship with their own spirituality, but also with the best and highest version of themselves. But I do feel like there may be also just these like things about what's happened in the past or happened to them that are kind of holding them back, and they're worried about things ending, worried about making like misstepping, I guess, and like scaring you off and things like that. So I do think if I was in this situation and I was reading this on myself, I would take a step towards this person and try and approach this situation gently, but also making it pretty clear without directly saying that I was very interested in pursuing something with this person. And if you are a more direct person, I say go for it. I say communicate with this person how you feel and what you intend in this situation as well, because I do feel like it is very reciprocated, and I do feel like they see you as this Queen of Pentacles, and that's why it came out, because Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's abundant. They are just a wonderful, loving, warm presence to be around, and it's not like they would need anything else outside of this connection. You are just like a lush garden to them, and also somebody that is like with bunnies. I am seeing this as like being somebody who they bond with, because bunnies usually you have them in pairs and you bond them together and they are like mates for life. So I do feel like there is an overwhelming positivity to this energy. I want to check with one last card just to see. Yeah, this person does feel a lot of compassion towards you, and they also may be understanding of things that you've been through in the past. I do feel like there are things that you have told them about things in your past that have scared you, and so they don't want to come on too strong and also make you worried about like them having the wrong intentions, or if you've had like partners in the past that were kind of used you for certain things, or like your body used you for your money, used you for status, that kind of a thing. They don't want to come off like that, so they are really trying to come towards you so that you see that they are coming from a place of love. They're coming from a place of adoration and admiration. Yeah, I do feel like this connection, if you do have to wait any longer, it is worth waiting for. I do feel like this person is somebody that has good intentions for you, and that your guides are kind of trying to push you towards this connection because it will do something very wonderful for your life, and it is something that you've wanted. I was very honored to read for you today, Pile 3. I hope that this uplifted you. I hope that this helped you gain some clarity on a situation and affirmed some things that you already knew regarding a situation. Otherwise, I will see you in another video, and I hope that you have a blessed and abundant day or evening. Bye!